General Axthara had commanded the hegemony's forces for over 2 centuries. She had conquered 14 star systems, broken the will of countless species, and never once failed to extract information from a prisoner. Her interrogation chambers were legendary throughout the galaxy for their effectiveness. The human strapped to the metal chair before her was supposed to be different. Captain Jake Morrison, decorated veteran of the Terran Defense Force, had been captured during the failed assault on Kepler Station. His file indicated exceptional resistance to standard interrogation techniques. Captain Morrison, General Zwaxera began, her forearms clicking against the control panel. You have been most uncooperative. My scientists tell me humans have an unusual attachment to lesser species. Perhaps a demonstration will loosen your tongue. Morrison looked up through swollen eyes, his jaw set in defiance. 3 days of interrogation had yielded nothing. The human had endured pain that would have broken most species within hours. Go to hell, Morrison spat. Zwaxthara's mandibles clicked in what passed for amusement among her species. How delightfully primitive. Guards, bring in the beast. The massive doors to the interrogation chamber groaned open. 2 hegemony soldiers struggled with a reinforced containment unit, their exoskeletons whining under the strain. Warning labels in 17 languages covered the surface. Extreme danger. Apex predator. Authorized personnel only. Behold, Zwaxthara declared dramatically, the most vicious predator from your homeworld, captured at great expense from Earth's most dangerous wilderness. Your scientists classified it as Canis lupus familiaris, a creature so savage that your own species keeps it as a weapon of war. The containment unit's locks disengaged with a series of metallic clanks. The soldiers stepped back nervously, hands on their weapons. Morrison's eyes widened as the door swung open. A golden retriever puppy bounded out, tail wagging furiously, tongue lolling out in pure joy. It couldn't have been more than 12 weeks old. The moment it spotted Morrison, it let out an excited yip and charged toward him, stubby legs working overtime. Oh my God! Morrison breathed, and for the first time in 3 days, he smiled. General Zwaxthara waited for the screaming to begin. Instead, she watched in confusion as the vicious predator began licking Morrison's face enthusiastically, its entire body wiggling with happiness. What? Zwaxthara's translator struggled with her bewilderment. What is it doing? Morrison laughed, as the puppy tried desperately to climb into his lap despite the restraints. It's a golden retriever puppy, you idiots. They're literally bred to be the friendliest dogs on Earth. Beast! Zwaxthara barked at her guards. Why is the beast not attacking? The puppy, hearing the sharp tone, immediately turned toward the general and began approaching with its tail wagging even harder. It gave a tiny, squeaky bark that sounded more like a question than a threat. One of the guards consulted his data pad frantically. General, the acquisition report states this specimen was captured from a pack hunting ground, where it was observed stalking and pursuing multiple targets in coordinated attacks. Morrison couldn't help himself. He burst into laughter. You grabbed a puppy from a dog park. Those were kids playing fetch. The puppy, delighted by all the attention, began bouncing between Morrison and the increasingly panicked aliens. Every time it approached one of the guards, they stumbled backward, raising their weapons uncertainly. Sir, one guard whispered urgently, it's using psychological warfare. Look how it's wagging its rear appendage. Clearly a threat display. That's not a threat display. Morrison gasped between laughs. That's happiness. It wants to be your friend. General Zwaxthara stared at the tiny creature that was now rolling on its back, exposing its belly to her. According to her briefing, this was supposed to be Earth's ultimate predator. Your intelligence network, Morrison said, still chuckling, needs some serious work. The puppy scrambled to its feet and padded over to Zwaxthara, sitting politely at her feet and looking up at her with bright, trusting eyes. Its tiny tail thumped against the floor. For the first time in 2 centuries of military service, General Zwaxthara found herself completely at a loss for words. Morrison watched as the supposedly fearsome alien general slowly, hesitantly, reached down with one clawed hand to pet the puppy's head. The puppy's response was immediate. It flopped over in pure bliss, making happy little grumbling sounds. "You know what?" Morrison said, grinning. "I think you just met your first human ambassador."